right. I just wanted to make this video with regards to Sheikh Mohammed, the follow-up. I put a video at 4 o'clock, 4 something 40 in the morning. So this is a follow-up video because I got a number of comments that were sent to me privately, messages, and I'm happy to say that most of the messages and the private messages, emails, they were positive. They were sensitive in nature. Sensitive in the sense they were very caring. Like I always keep, I'm always mentally prepared that people can be rude or people can say bad things. Like you get these internet trolls and these keyboard warriors who say, bad things to people and, oh, I wish he dies, I wish he suffers. And so I was mentally prepared that maybe I would get people who talk stuff like this or send me fake email from fake email IDs. To my surprise, the overwhelming majority, one or two crazy cats were there, but overwhelming majority have expressed kindness, have expressed, like many Muslims, Christians, Hindus, they were like, I pray to God that he gets well. Muslims are like, may Allah bless him. And, Hindus were like, hey, he's always in our prayer. So people were nice. Now, I got one question that really kind of got to my head. And this was from a person who has been following my channel for quite some time, ex-UAE resident. And the person, sent me this question. I respect this person a lot. A successful person, retired. And said, Loy, this is between you and me. This is what he said. Can you tell me your real feelings for Sheikh Mohammed? Real feelings. So I said, well, what do you mean by real feelings? He said, see, listen, I know that this is what he said. I'm paraphrasing. I know that you are a public figure. I know that you put comments, videos, everything online. So sometimes you have to be diplomatic and nice. And I'm curious to know your real feelings. It's because I respect this gentleman. He is nearly in his 70s. He watches my videos and I'm really appreciative. And he has contributed to the channel, so I give him a lot of respect. And I told him that, would it be okay if I address this and make it a video? So he said, yeah, fine. Okay. See now, one thing you need to understand, I'm no longer staying in UAE. I don't stay in UAE. I stay in Thailand. I don't even stay in India. So there's nothing for me to fear, like, oh, sheesh, because if I was in UAE, I would be very afraid to speak about UAE. And if I was in any of the Arab countries, yes, I would be very scared to speak about UAE or Arabs or Muslims, because, it's common sense. When you're in an Arabic country and you are a foreigner, if you speak anything about your hosts or about especially Muslims and you speak about Islam, we know what is going to happen, because maybe there are some broad-minded people, but the majority are not. This is not to bash up the Muslims or the Arabs. If I was in India, if I was staying in India right now, I would never, ever, and I'm telling you this, if I was in India, I would never put a video about Indian politics. I would never put a video about India. Why? Because not everyone has a maturity to take things in a very sporty manner. You can get, let's say, for example, I put a negative video about BJP or about Congress. You can get some supporter of his, some psycho, this thing with his group, gang and beat up. Or you can get, let's say I spoke bad about BJP. Maybe a BJP guy will, I'm just giving an example. Maybe he'll be like, okay, let's spoil the name of Congress by dressing up like Congress and attacking him and say, you spoke bad about Congress, and so people can play all these games. So what I'm trying to tell you is, right now I have nothing to fear about UAE, because I'm not sharing anything that is not in the media or not actually said. I'm not attacking anyone personally. Okay, that's number one. The second thing is, it's not like Saudi, Khashoggi and versus MBS. UAE, you might think my channel is hardcore against UAE. that means you have not done any research. There are so many channels out there, so many news outlets, and many of them who speak Arabic. They are actually hardcore Arab channels. They really attack UAE in more ways than you know. And some of them really get personal with the royal family and all that. I'm just peanuts. And my followers are hardly, I have only 40,000 or something. And my views, I hardly get some 5,000, 6,000, whatever. Sometimes, okay, some videos I get like the highest has been 700,000. Some I get 100,000, but those are rare ones. Okay, so now comes what is my real feelings for Sheikh Mohammed. Real feelings. I don't have anything to be scared about. Okay. Now, and I'll give you a logical answer. I'm not going to kiss ass, nothing. Look, I'm the type of guy, I like to look at a broad picture and I like to look at what matters. Now, let's say, for example, R. Kelly. R. Kelly has been jailed for being a pedophile and for sex with minors and all that. And his YouTube channel got deleted and he lost everything. His career is over. Now, he has had some good music. He's a talented musician, good singer. But as a person, he's a bad person. Now, because he's bad doesn't mean that his music is also crap. He has talent in those areas. It's just unfortunate that he was not able to control his urges and his dark side. He didn't seek help and he didn't want to correct it. He gave in to his temptations. Okay. That way, if you look at Charlie Chaplin is alleged to even like 12, 13-year-olds. Okay, Charlie Chaplin, the great legend. John F. Kennedy liked 16, 17, 18-year-old girls. And he was having affairs when he was married, when he was the president. The Secret Service, you can read about it. You don't have to take my word. All famous personalities, all celebrities. See, celebrities also have their secret groups. And I know this because some celebrities are my clients. They talk to me about these drug-fueled parties, these orgies, their fetishes and all the crazy stuff that they do. You know, you'll be very surprised to know some even beautiful actresses, very beautiful actresses and singers. They want to get laid, they want to have sex, but they can't do it in a public thing. And sometimes they just they go for paid sex, which is safer. I know this because some of them are my clients. They'll tell me all this shocking stuff. So the point I'm trying to tell you is there is nobody who's perfect. I think the problem with today's internet generation is they are looking at every individual, and if you are a famous singer or you're a famous actor or you're a leader, you have to be perfect. You have to be perfect as a leader. You have to be perfect as a communicator. You have to be perfect as a human being. They want perfection, and that is not possible. People will make mistakes while speaking. Oh, he's racist. Oh, he's sexist. Oh, he said this 10 years ago, 11 years. Oh, he's smoking. He's drinking. Oh, he's having sex with multiple people. He's not a role model. I mean, what the fuck do you want? Do you want Jesus Christ? Do you want the character of Christ with the wallet of Bill Gates and the success of Elon Musk all fused together and the looks of, I don't know, some hot model? I mean, what are you saying? Chris Hemsworth, you want a person to be perfect with the physique of some other, like Henry Cavill or something? What? Are you seeking for perfection? I mean, if you're not perfect, why the fuck are you asking for perfection from it? You focus on yourself now. See, me as an individual, I focus on what is required. For me, in my eyes, Sheikh Mohammed, I lived in his country. I lived in his emirate, Dubai. You know, people are saying, oh, you know, Princess Haya, she's a poor thing. She didn't do jack shit for me. Princess Haya didn't do jack shit. I look at her as a female who wanted an expensive lifestyle, rich husband, comfortable this thing. She got married to him and she is rubbing shoulders with the elite. She's never had a day where she has maybe done something for a country or this thing. What? She just got married to this guy. What? So what has she done for us or so many? Sheikh Mohammed, on the other hand, has done so much for the country, so much for the citizens, so much for the expats, so much for the business community, so much for everyone. He has done, agreed, he's not perfect, but he has done for so many people. That's number one. And I'm giving you facts. I'm not kissing his ass. He's not, Sheikh Mohammed or his sons or the UAE government is not going to pay me millions for this. I'm giving you facts. I stayed in his emirate, his country, for 40 years. I didn't stay with Latifa or Haya and all that. No, Haya, Princess Haya. Sorry, Latifa is his daughter. Okay. That's number one. Number two, Sheikh Mohammed, you show me which person or can you convert a desert into a global brand? Forget that. Can you make a small business and make it successful for 20, 30 years? Sheikh Mohammed did it for Dubai, he did it for Emirates Airlines, he did it for so many things. Agreed, he made plenty of mistakes, but at least he's trying. What have you fucking done, man? Then shouldn't you appreciate and admire these qualities? Then in terms of, look, it's an Arab culture, it's a Muslim culture. He challenged the norms and he made it contemporary, he made it so modern. People from UK, US, Germany, France, India, Pakistan, every part of the world, Australia, they all want to come down to Dubai. It's because of Sheikh Mohammed. The problem with people is they will focus only what is negative. They'll focus only on what is bad. Oh, his marriage failed, he's a bad guy. Oh, he spied on his wife, he's a bad guy. That, out of the whole bloody sheet, you look at one thing. Oh, that wife. Oh, the human rights activists. The human rights activists, there are so many bloody activists. They want to change the world, like Greta Thunberg, change the world, change this, change that. What are they fucking doing for you and me? Nothing. At least Sheikh Mohammed, he's doing something for the country where people like me and so many others were able to earn money. What are the activists doing? They want a perfect world. If you and I were kings and someone is trying to rebel against us, some peasant or something, we would have done the same. Maybe we would have done worse. I'm telling you, if I was king and someone's trying to disrupt my plans of the country and all that, make sure he's executed, finished, done with. They didn't even execute the guy. So why are we focusing only on the negative, man? Then let's look at other things. I mean, as a father, okay, you're focusing on him being as a parent. Are you perfect as a parent? In fact, we don't know the other side of the story. See, I've told you this. If I was a father and my daughter wanted to leave and this and that, fuck it, go. Do what the fuck you want. Out. I will focus on my own life. This is me. I'm telling you how I would. If my daughter is grown up, 18, 20, whatever, and she was like, go, get the fuck out. Don't take a single penny. But he, on the other hand, didn't want his daughter to just go. He bought her back. There should be a reason for it, right? It's not easy. He has so many children. Why does he want her back? Maybe because she's not well. Maybe she has a personality disorder. We don't know. Like, have you ever met someone who's schizophrenic, or have you met someone who has a borderline personality disorder? I have not only met, I've dated some people like this. They look very normal. They talk normal. They act normal. But deep down, they're fucking psycho, man. So, see, there are so many things you don't know. And what I tell people is, what they do with their personal life, with their wife, their children, brother, sister, is none of your fucking business. We live in this celebrity culture status where what is he smoking? What is he drinking? Where is he going? Who's he having sex with? How is he dressed up? This petty mentality now is pathetic. Me as a person, and I'm so glad the community that responded below the video, genuine well wishes, like, okay, I might have a difference of opinion with him, but I wish him well. I wish him good health. Don't want him to, not wish anyone to die. And I respect those views. So all I want to tell you through this video is, I'm giving you my absolute honest opinion. There's nothing for me to fear here in Samui on this island. And UAE government is not going to send anyone to assassinate me just because I gave a point of view on an article. Okay. And as far as possible, I try to be very truthful and honest in my videos. The 99% of the people who are watching my videos, they are not going to send anyone to assassinate me just because I gave a point of view on an article. Okay. And as far as possible, I try to be very truthful and honest in my videos. The 99% of the people who are watching my videos, they are not going to send anyone to assassinate me just because I gave a point of view on an article. Okay. And as far as possible, I try to be very truthful and honest in my videos. There's nothing like, if there's something really shocking and controversial where I feel my life is threatened or my family's life, I wouldn't even talk about the video. I wouldn't even acknowledge it. That is why when many people say, oh, why don't you speak on Thailand? Why don't you speak on Thai politics? Why don't you speak on the Thai monarchy? Number one is, I don't know anything. I've just here for hardly, 2-3 years. And I don't even know the language, man. I don't even know who is the political party, who is the person in charge. I know nothing. And on top of that, let's assume I did know. Even if I did know, I would not comment because I'm a guest. When I was in Dubai as a guest, I reminded myself I was a guest in Dubai for 40 years, never spoke anything about UAE or the rulers until I left the country. And I told you, if I was in India, I'd do the same. Even though India is my own country, I have the same passport. It's common sense. You don't make enmities or enemies, or you don't create unwanted complications or problems for yourself. You have to use common sense. Bravery. If you're so brave, you put your photograph, you put your address, you put everything, and then talk. I put my address, my name, my phone number, everything authentic. I'm transparent. I don't hide behind a fake name like Robert De Niro or something and Maximilian and create a fake this thing and then start lambasting. No, there's a certain amount of responsibility, there's a certain amount of transparency, authenticity, like they talk, I say what I mean. And if there's something which I know, I don't have the guts to stand up and face it, I will not talk about it. So anyway, in answer to your question, what I really feel for Sheikh Mohammed, I've told you, I admire the guy. I will always look up to him as a very great visionary like Steve Jobs, a great leader who made Dubai from a desert to a global hub, one of the greatest branding strategists I've ever seen. Not a perfect human being by any stretch of the imagination, but a great human being nonetheless. And Dubai will never be the same without him. Never. There'll never be another leader like him. Just as in every industry, like wrestling, you have The Undertaker or Bret the Hitman Hart. In movies, you have, Amitabh Bachchan for Indian cinema. In singing, you have, Michael Jackson. In technology, you have Steve Jobs. Among world leaders, for my generation, this man will always remain at the top. So, since you asked me what are my real feelings, these are my real feelings. You let me know what do you think. And remember, like I told you, no human being is perfect. So let's stop being these keyboard warriors and only focus on the negative. Let's look at the overall picture and keep a balanced view. And yeah, when in doubt, look at your own life and ask yourself, when I compare myself to this person, where do I stand? Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you since you asked me, and since one of my patrons, senior guys, asked me, I thought I'll tell you what are my real feelings for Sheikh Mohammed. Comment down below and let me know your thoughts, and I'll keep you posted. You guys take care.